Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream, and I am Hiba, and this is my another live about another project TBC. So Gateway launch turning beat chain TBC spot trading and initiate CANDYDROP XTVC to trade to share 20,618 TBC. Okay, and Gateway launch turning bid chain TVC spot trading on July 15, 2025 at 9:58 UTC and will start the CANDYDROP airdrop event. CANDYDROP is the Candy airdrop platform launched by Gate where user can win candy by completing tasks and participating in the distribution of token airdrop. This round will distribute a total of 20,618 TVC. Okay, and turning beat chain TVC spot trading start time July 15, 2025 9:58 UTC TVC deposit address. Okay, and CANDYDROP event July 15, 2025 9:58 July 22 2025 10 UTC. Total price pool 20,618 TVC. Okay everyone, thank you so much for joining my live stream, and also thank you so much for supporting me. Okay, so to participation method, click the join button on the event interface, and after successfully joining, proceed with corresponding task. CANDYDROP will start counting your valid activity data. Receive corresponding candy based on task completion and share the airdrop proportionally. Okay, and candies will distribute it 1 to 3 hours after the user complete the task. Please log in to check the candies obtained from CANDYDROP 3 hours after completing the task. Spot trading price pool rules. During the event, users with a cumulative spot trading volume 5,000 TVC can receive candy with different candy reward unlocked based on the threshold reached, up to maximum of 9, sharing a price pool of 20,618 TVC. Spot trading volume is equal to buy volume plus sell volume. User airdrop, the number of candies obtained by the user, the total number of candies obtained by all user is 2,618 TVC. Participating in TVC spot trading activities can earn you the following number of candies. On event details, so 5,000 TVC spot trading volume 7,000 to 10,000. TBC spot trading volume 10,000 as equal as 5 candy. And project introduction. TBC is the pioneer of the Bitcoin virtual machine BVM and has implemented a scalable BTC smart contract layer solution based on VVM. TBC will help unleash the full potential of Bitcoin and solve its congestion problem. In the future, BTC will no longer be just digital gold, not just a tool for storing value, but more likely to be used for daily transaction and have a native smart contract layer like Ethereum. TBC will help BTC create a prosperous VVM ecosystem like EVM. After BTC complete a specific BIP proposal upgrade, the relationship between BTC and TBC will be like that between Ethereum and ARB. Token symbol TBC, and there is the official website link. Okay, so there is some important note. First of all, participants must click the join now button on the CANDYDROP event page to jump to the Turning Chain TBC event and complete the event task and identity verification to receive reward. And number 2, rewards will be distributed to users' account within 4 business days after the event ends. The total reward pool is 20,618 TBC. Users' airdrop reward is equal to the number of candies obtained by user or the total number of candies obtained by all users x 2,618 TBC. And thirdly, batch registration of fake accounts, malicious volume manipulation, self-trading, and other fraudulent activities are strictly prohibited. Multiple accounts under the same verified user will be considered as one account. Sub-accounts are not allowed to participate. And fourthly, market makers, entities, institutions, and affiliated accounts cannot participate in this event. In case of any discrepancies between the translated version and the English version, the English version shall prevail. Gate.io reserves the final interpretation right for this event. User in the UK and other restricted regions may not have access to some or all services, including participating in this event game or competition. For details on restricted regions, please read the user agreement. Okay, and CryptoEye. Hello dear, how are you? I'm fine, CryptoEye. How are you? Thank you so much, CryptoEye, for joining here. And number 8, risk warning. Cryptocurrency trading is affected by various factors, including market condition and policies. Unpredictable. Please be aware of market risks and trade cautiously. Refer to the future operation guide. And CryptoEye, good to see you. CryptoEye, good to see you too. Okay, so then there is gateway to crypto trade. Over 3,600 cryptocurrencies safely, quickly, and easily on Gate. So that is all about Gate, I think. And okay, so TBC is the pioneer of the Bitcoin virtual machine. VVM has implemented a scalable BTC smart contract layer solution based on BVM. And total tokens 20,618 TBC. Individual share limit 100 TBC. Okay. And activity rules: during the event, users are saving 5,000 USDT in TBC spot trading. Volume sum of opening plus closing position can earn up to 9 candies from the 20,618 TBC reward pool. And Crypto I, thanks a lot for this nice compliment. Okay, so what are the requirements to participate in CandyDrop? Users participating in CandyDrop are required to complete identity verification and click to join now button on the event page. Only after successfully joining will their activity data be counted. Market makers, enterprises, and institutions are not eligible to participate in this event. And when will candies be distributed after completing task? So candy will be distributed within 1 to 3 hours after users complete task. Please log in and check the candies obtained from CandyDrop and after 3 hours. Crypto I, Hibai, you doing good job. God bless you and your family. Thanks a lot, Crypto I. Okay, so terms and condition: participant must click the join button of the event page after successfully joining the event. Complete the event task and identity verification to receive the rewards. Rewards will be distributed within 4 business days after the event concludes. Total event rewards are 20,618 TBC. Bulk registration of multiple accounts, malicious volume manipulation, wash trading, self-dealing, or other cheating behavior are strictly prohibited. Multiple accounts verified under the same user identity will be considered as a single account. Sub-accounts are not eligible for participation. Market makers, business, and institutions are not eligible for this event. Affiliate account cannot join referral activities but can participate in all other events without restriction. Number 5. In case of discrepancies between translated version and the English version shall prevail. Gate reserve the final right to interruption for this event. User from restricted region will be unable to use all part of the services, including participation in this event, games, or contest. For detailed information regarding this restricted region, please refer to the user. Okay, risk warning: user must bear in mind that cryptocurrency trading is affected by multiple factors such as market dynamics and regulatory policies. Market prices are highly volatile and unpredictable. Please pay close attention to market risk and trade cautiously. And then there is the TBC's official website, TBC Smart Contract Layer of Bitcoin. TBC is the pioneer of the Bitcoin Virtual Machine (VVM) and has implemented a scalable BTC Smart Contract Layer solution based on BVM. Okay, the major protocol upgrade for turning Bitchain TBC, originally scheduled for mid-March 2025, TBC Node V3 1.1 is officially set to launch on March 20. Okay. Okay. And what's new at TVC? Advantages of the model: sharing 5 TVC technical principles. 5 made read July 29, 2024. Okay. TVC network, turning bit chain, BVM. TVC is the creator of the Bitcoin virtual machine, BVM, and has implemented a more scalable BTC layer solution based on MVB. Okay, and join the TVC ecosystem. Get started in 3 steps to dive into the world of TVC. Download a wallet. A wallet helps you connect to TVC and manage your funds. Gate TVC. TVC is the currency of turning between. Use it in depths. Okay, and TVC Greenfield. TVC is the layer 2 of Bitcoin and also is the creator of the. Okay, it creatively developing turning TXID, turning contract, etc. TVC has the advantages of SHA-256 Pro plus UTOXO model and also has better scaling capabilities, data cutting capabilities. Okay, developer programs and wielder grant, awarding grants to innovative project building open sourced infrastructure and developer tooling. Gas grant, get up to 15K monthly reward to accelerate your DApp's growth. Business partner, trading EQ, Nabox, Tuscon, Meal. Okay, that is all our partner. And get involved, be part of the community. TVC is a global decentralized network with developers, validator, user holders, and enthusiasts. Okay, so that was the official website of TVC, and here the major protocol. Okay, change name. Okay, that is all link, I think. Okay, so that is the white paper of TVC Foundation 2023. Okay, turning bitchain outline. The introduction of the BTC ordinals protocol has been allowing most users to consider more of Bitcoin's potential, and the outbreak of the BRC20 also reflect the urgent need for user to have more operable applications on the Bitcoin. Bitcoin has owned around 50% of the asset in the blockchain domain. It has been at the forefront of the minds and stakeholders and has always been recognized as a representative of wealth in the industry. Therefore, the formation of the Bitcoin ecosystem will fully activate BTC in the dormant Bitcoin network, realizing the huge liquidity potential The real power of BTC is simulate thus activation of SwigBit has changed the transaction structure of Bitcoin, which is not repayable or revocable. In addition, the small block capacity and low TPS imitation make the Bitcoin main chain unsuitable for carrying more application and accommodating more massive transaction. The cost is too high. The turning bit chain TVC will completely light up the potential of Bitcoin. Building on Bitcoin's UTXO model of capacity expansion, fee reduction, high performance computing, and smart contract, the UTXO model has high concurrency characteristic, and many public chains have embraced the UTXO route for capacity expansion. However, the traditional UTXO model lacks layer 1 smart contract and cannot implement complex business logic. It is hard to build complex applications, and interoperability also between applications is difficult. Therefore, the traditional UTXO model is not able to meet the demands of modern distributed application, and it is not sufficient for the development of Web3 application in the future. The turning bit chain TVC is a UTXO model public chain forked from the original Bitcoin with a higher parallelism performance from the lowest level of TXID creation, and innovatively propose a layer 1 smart contract SIM on top of the UTXO model, which is maximum decentralized to allow unlimited scaling. This paper describes the concept, technical details, and mining mechanism of TVC. It will also explain the reason that TVC is a public chain that can be used by 8 billion people worldwide. And everyone, thank you so much for joining my live stream. The user Zizoy, Jalaleddin Rumi, and Rutoba, thanks a lot you all, and Skyfall. Everyone, thank you so much for joining my live stream. Okay. Okay. And background, why we need to build turning between TVC. After 14 years of development, blockchain technology has demonstrated unique technical advantages and big potential to change society, but we've also faced challenges that have been raised in the blockchain field, such as the difficulty of scaling has not been effectively solved. Likewise, many other public chains also struggled with a similar issue, and various other issues derived from it, e.g., high gas fees, low performance, limited application scenarios, etc. And the main problems to be solved in today's blockchain are as follows. Number one, scaling problems. The main challenge of blockchain today is the scaling problem, which has not been solved effectively. Hence, blockchain technology is not being popularized on a large scale and restricting the scenarios in which the blockchain technology can be used so that it can never become a compulsory technology to the world. This has also led to low performance in most Web3 applications. Number 2, high gas fees. Traditional blockchain has pain points regarding high gas fees for each transaction, which is a consequence of the unresolved capacity. Some blockchain claim to be able to solve the problem of excessive gas fees. Unfortunately, it's normally based on the sacrifice advantage of decentralization. The high gas fee leads to the difficulty of making blockchain technology affordable. Uh, Cross-chain storage. Currently, blockchain has been faced with difficulty in scaling, high gas fees, and low performance. Therefore, in this context, cross-chain storage solutions have emerged. However, these solutions have been content security degradation, data fragmentation, high application development cost, not being user friendly, etc. Plus, most of the traditional blockchains also have problems with data interconnectivity, lack of interoperability between Web3 application, and poor performance of smart contract, which are waiting for us to find a way out. And TBC's plan, first of all, decentralized. The same POW consensus method as that of Bitcoin is used to ensure that TBC is open as decentralized. Okay. High currency, high performance, adopting the UTXO high currency model, upgrading the transaction format of the traditional UTXO model, and building high performance parallel computing supernodes to ensure a dynamically scalable public chain that can carry millions of TPS. Hopefully, it even be able to be used globes. Built in original UTXO smart contract pioneered a Parallel layer by layer implementation of turning complete smart contract based on the UTXO model turning contract, which implements all the logic of EVM but with the advantages of the UTXO model, high performance and low gas fee. And number 4, all on one chain based on upgrading the transition format of the UTXO model, Data can be trimmed without compromising the integrity of the transaction data validation. And Moaz, thank you so much for joining my live stream and for commenting here. Okay, so this makes it possible to have data application, transition, and small contract all on one chain. And TVC's objectives: Web3 as the next generation of blockchain based internet carries many hopes for the future internet domain and is the foundation and precursor of the future meta universe. The success of Web3 and the metaverse is that a large portion of the users can use it at the same time without having to public chain. In addition to high concurrency, performance, and layer 1 smart contract, TVC also has the following characteristic which can adapt to the development needs of large number of Web3 users in the future. And unlimited scaling, decrease in gas fees with increased usage, zero confirmation of transition, data storage, contract execution, and transition transmission are all done in one chain. For consensus mechanism and mining algorithm based on Bitcoin, transition model based on UTXO, a brand new training takes it scheme which solves the problem on traceability, a brand new layer turning contract smart contract plan. About turning TXID, TVC adopts a new transition identification number generation method, turning TXID, which is the underlying core that distinguishes TVC from other UTXO public chain. Introduction of turning TXID. So turning TXID is a special type of transaction identification number obtained by using a layered hash calculation method in the process of uploading transaction data. The calculation method used allows for a layered hash calculation of the data files in the transaction data without changing the original transaction data set and its transmission format, so that the transition data at different levels can be trimmed without impacting the hash validation of the other parts of the transition data, and the transition identification number can be calculated even if the hash value of the trimmed data is combined with the other untrimmed data. The same trimmable data from multiple transitions can be shared based on the same hash pointer, allowing the data to be reused in storage and transmission, and improving data storage and transmission efficiency. And definition of turning TXID. The turning TXID solution process an on-chain method that hierarchically tailor transition data, reversing weakness of inefficient reuse of transition data in exciting blockchain technology. The worth highlighting part of inefficient reuse of transition data is exciting blockchain technology. The worth writing part of that it provides possibility for the layer 1 contract of the UTXO model without compromising the parallel operation ability of the UTXO model. The primary data involved in a transition is collectively hashed to obtain a transition identifier TXID. When nodes or config need to use hash calculation to verify the authenticity of part of the transition data, they must also receive other redundant data. This increases the storage, transmission, and secondary utilization cost of transition data, increasing unnecessary user variance. When using the training TXID transition identification number that can hierarchically cut the storage, transmission, and secondary utilization cost of transition data, increasing unnecessary user burdens. When using the training TXID transition identification number that can hierarchically cut the data in the transition, the smart contract under the UTXO model can cut out their irrelevant data when verifying some target data in historical transaction. Thus, the amount of data required for contract verification is dramatically reduced. Okay, and that is a layer of smart contract function implemented in the UTXO model. Brief description of technical principles. The under UTXO model, the relationship between blockchain transaction data is as shown in the figure below. Okay, so brief discussion of technical principles under the UTXO model. The relationship between blockchain transaction data is as shown in the figure below. Based on UTXO's high volume transaction can be verified concurrently with each other, and individual blocks already have the power of transfer data on the order of gigabytes GB. Therefore, individual transactions can separate data on the order of megabytes MB. Even so, with the low gas fee allowed by large blocks, users and developers need to minimize the size of the data, as the picture shows above, where transition C draws on some of the output from transition A and transition B does not consider about the rest of the data. Okay. The tailoring model provided by turning TXID becomes the necessary technical basis when realistically validating the relationship of some of the data in transaction A, B, and C in a contract. Otherwise, all of the data from transaction A and B would need to be put into the output or transaction C, which would not only significantly increase the fee for the UTXO contract but also exponentially increase the amount of data due to the continuous execution of the chain. The turning TXID model, which provide the use of address-based technology, so far it is a great solution for a pure UTXO layer contract that does not affect the margin and validation power of transaction, especially the TXID method for a transaction format creation is import as follows. TXID is equal SHA256 in code and version log time input count to string 8 byte or little output count to string 8 byte little SHA256 in code TXLN 1 TXID TXLN vote. Okay, it not only meets the need of nodes and contract for trimming individual unlocking script data but also trims all incoming unlocking script data together while retaining the ability of validate other data such as locking script. Feature of turning TXID due to the irreversibility of the TXID calculation. The use of TXIDs is essentially for indexing TX data with the cardinal requirement that different TXIDs are created for different transitions. So the calculation of TXIDs is low coupling and high independence, requiring new calculation logic in all the places where TXIDs need to be calculated or verified. It does not affect any other part of the processing logic. However, it also don't impact miners' use of transition data files, including key and lock, for script verification, and does not affect SPV, simple support verification, etc. Number 2, enhanced TX version compatibility. The introduction of an updated TX version allows for making newer transition with a distinct TXID calculation in function. This facilitates the coexistence of new and exciting transition without conflict. Number 3, user friendly evaluation. User do not need to modify existing validation units but can simply incorporate a new version of the TXID calculation function. This approach is a continuation and application of the Michael Pets data trimming designed to transition data, ensuring complex data trimming requirement once key data verified and uploaded to the chain. Its SPV will provide about security, allowing for the safe removal of even super large key data. Number 4, large blocks and scripting power development. The enhancement is vital for the evolution toward larger blocks, which is inevitably lead to large translation and increased scripting power as script expand, so does the storage requirement. Analogs to the paper tape in a turning machine, similar to memory garbage collection in modern computer programs. This feature is necessary to maintain the efficiency of the turning machine. This improvement optimizes the use of limited storage space, maximizing the turning power of the Bitcoin script and enabling effective resource recycling through data trimming. And number 5, genetic and evolutionary enhancement of transition data. This improvement argument the evolutionary capabilities of transition data within the Bitcoin system, akin to biological evolution, just as haploid cells, sperm and egg distribute a portion of genetic material to polar bodies which are then typically degraded. The system ensured the disposal of redundant data, the mounting power required for self evaluation of transition is achieved through advanced training computer instruction, while the necessary garbage collection is facilitated by this proposal. This involves cleaning up or achieving enabling limitless evolutionary possibilities for the system. Okay, and more information about turning TXT can be found at, so that there is a link. So if you wanted to know anything about this, then you can search in there. Okay, so introduction of turning contract. Turning contract is revolutionary contract framework designed for the TBC chain based on its UTXO model. This framework stands out due to its distinct advantages over conventional global state-based contract models. Enhanced scalability. Turning contract leverages the inherent scalability of the UTXO model. It allows for the parallel execution and verification of different UTXO contract within TBC nodes. This capability effectively utilize the multi-core architecture of modern computer, resulting in a significant boost in contract execution speed and an overall increase in the TBC's transaction processing speed (TPS) and reduced latency owing to TBC's zero confirmation feature. Training contract can execute contract immediately upon their arrival in a minor memory, bypassing the need of confirmation. This leads to markedly reduced latency in contract execution and robust security. Turning contract benefit from the sequential dependency inherent in UTXO contract, ensuring a guaranteed execution order and eliminating the risks of minor extractable value (MEV) exploitation. Additionally, unlike global state-based contract, UTXO contract in the turning contract framework do not interact in a manner that could create re-entry security vulnerabilities. Efficient contract validation. The TBC's adoption of the UTXO model simplifies contract validation as the result of contract are embedded within the transaction outputs accepted by nodes. It is only necessary for nodes to verify the results correctness, not to perform all underlying compilation. Furthermore, since the contract virtual machines VMS in TBC nodes solely perform validation without causing any side effect, contract validation can be executed entirely in parallel as illustrated in the accompanying figure. Multiple VMS within TBC nodes can simultaneously validate different transactions, fully harnessing the potential of modern multi-core processors. And number 5, zero confirmation security in TBC. The TBC network employs a first out FIFO approach for transaction ordering. This means that once a transaction meets the minimum fee threshold, it is promptly added to the node's memory pool awaiting inclusion in the next block. This FIFO methodology ensures that transactions are processed in order they are received, mitigating the risk of transaction replacement by those offering higher fees. Consequently, TBC provides robust security for transaction even before block confirmation, enhancing the integrity and predictability of transaction processing. Handling of duplicate UTXO transaction prior of confirmation in the TBC network. If transaction is still pending confirmation and another transaction arrives at a node attempting to stain the same UTXO, the later will be identified as illegitimate by the node. This protocol ensures the integrity of UTXO management, preventing double spending attempt. The operational mechanism of this process is depicted in the accompanying diagram. Okay, and then transaction processing and zero confirmation security in TBC. Handling of concurrent transaction with initial UTXO when transaction TX1 is added to the memory pool of TBC node and a subsequent transaction arrives using the same UTXO UTX01 as input. The node's operational protocol comes into play given that TX1 has already been accepted into the memory pool before TX2, and in adherence to the first in first out FIFO principle, TX2 is rejected by the node. The mechanism is crucial for maintaining the integrity of transaction within the TBC network. Securing transaction with zero confirmation imperative, ensuring that the contract transaction reaches the majority of nodes in the mining pool suffices of guarantee a highly probability of security even without confirmation. This approach allows for efficient processing while maintaining transaction security. Handling worst case scenarios. Consider a scenario where a malevolent double spend attempt such as the aforementioned TX2 is successfully included in a block by the mining pool, leading to the rejection of TX1. In such cases, the only operation of TX1 is nullified. For instance, global unique ID for contract in TBC, and then contract ID creation and traceability in TBC. Contract ID creation logic. The process of Creating a contract ID in TBC, it exemplified by the relationship between a UTXO and its associated contract. And contract traceability mechanism, TBC employs a traceability method as proposed by script to validate contract ideas and safeguard against forgery. This mechanism involves verifying the data from a series of transactions in relation to the contract ID and contract code. An equal transaction is defined within the context if the input of TX1 utilizes the output of TX2, then TX2 is deemed an equal transaction to TX1. This traceability ensures that contract IDs are authentic and prevents duplicate or falsification within the TBC network. Enhanced transaction validation and contract combinability in TBC contract validation protocol as illustrated in the figure. Transaction within TBC is required to validation not only its own data but also the data of preceding transaction. This validation process involves verifying okay an economic model for miner in the TBC. Role and significance of miners in TBC. Miner in the training bit chain are pivotal to its ecosystem, serving multiple critical roles. They act as algorithmic providers, guardians of the network, validator of transaction, and executor of smart contract. Their contribution in computational power are essential for maintaining the decentralized security of the TBC network. Beyond security, miners are responsible for the validation of transaction and smart contract as well as fulfilling data storage function. TBC embraces a global mining community requiring known your customer KYC protocol for participation. The mining model of TBC is designed to be compatible with that of Bitcoin, enabling miner in the Bitcoin network is seamlessly transition to the TBC network. TBC block reward and mining parameter token symbol TBC maximum mining volume 2.1 billion TBC. Numerical precision 6 decimal. Mining methodology 100% proof of work per block reward 625 TBC per block interval approximately every 10 minutes. Difficulty adjustments algorithm dynamic adjustment algorithm DAA halving cycle every 210,000 blocks per year. Total mining reward approximately 100,000 TBCS. Mining algorithm hash ratio 256. Block size initial cap of 4 GB with dynamic expansion planet. Fork block height approximately hashtag 824188. Locked mining volume approximately 1.958 billion TBCS. Available mining volume approximately 142 million TBCS. Rules for releasing TBC locked in early Bitcoin blocks. Initial unlocking starting from block 824189. If the market value of TBC liquidity is subsequent blocks exist that of BSV, TBC's from Bitcoin network blocks 1 to 100,000 will be unlocked. Progressive unlocking each time the TBC liquidity market value of subsequent blocks double. TBCs from the pending 100,000 blocks are unlocked sequentially. Okay, and special note, each time the unlocking condition in the above 3 times are met, unlocking require voting by the TBC network community, the organization, and TBC holders. Unlocking will proceed if the high weight of approvals exists, 60%. And notes on the upcoming mining of 142 million TBC. The remaining 142 million TBCs are mined using the same mining algorithm as TBC. 10 million of them are pumped to addresses such as the growth fund, etc. Initial ecological development pumping 10 million TBC as the distribution ratio is as follows: growth fund 50%, investment institution 30%, TBC foundation reservation 10%, development turban consultation 5%, TBC note developer incentive 3%, community and promotional fund 2%. And TBC transaction fee model. Okay, and note that please be aware of this white paper is intended as a conceptual document to describe the background technical concept and other element of the training bit chain. This white paper will not constitute legal, financial, business or tax advice. And if any relevant information is needed, please consult legal, financial, tax or other professional advisors. Okay, so that is bibliography. Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. There is a link PDF. So w.ib money. There is a link. W Filler, introduction of probability theory and its application 1957. H. Massis, Axis Avila and J.J. Quizquator design of a secure time to predictive with minimal trust requirement in 20th. Okay, so at last, X Leo peer-to-peer token back to the Genesis problem. Okay, so everyone, thank you so much for joining my live stream, and that was our TBC project. So thank you so much everyone for joining my live stream and for supporting me, and I will come today with my new project live. I hope you all will join here, and I am Hiba with you, and that was our TBC project. So everyone, thank you so much for joining here. Allah Hafiz and take